Going on YouTube. Hey man, I know I've been out for kind of a while, been doing a lot of research, but let's talk about obtaining your Class A CDL. Um, a lot of people want to get in trucking and don't know how to go about it. Whether they want to get a Class A or get a Class B, or they just, you know, or they want to be a bus driver. I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you how I did it, and then I'm gonna tell you the options you can go about doing it. Uh, First of all, I did research before I actually went to before I did anything with a CDL. I did my research and kind of figured out what I wanted to do. Now, you can go. I wanted to be. First of all, I wanted to be home every day. Okay, we're speaking on back in 2016. It is now 2018. Um, I wanted to be home every every night in the beginning. Uh, so I went to get. So I did the research on it, and basically I went to a driving school. I went to a driving school. And the thing is, I kind of got lucky because they tell you it's hard to get a local job coming straight out of school. So I, so I did a, so I did the school, and also when you go to trucking school, if you go to an actual school, you can either do well. I don't know. Here in Virginia, I live in Virginia. Here in Virginia, you get to do weekends, which is 8 hours Saturday and Sunday for 8 weeks, or you can do 8 hours Monday through Friday for 3 weeks, and you will get your CDL. Well, you'll get your CDL. You'll have your the hours that you needed to get your CDL. So I did the weekends because I did the weekends for 8 weeks. I did the weekends for 8 weekends, which means 2 months. You know what I'm saying that right? Yeah, yeah. 2 months. I did 2 months. Uh, 8 weekends. Yeah. Um, so I did that, and that worked out for me because I had to work, so I couldn't just do during the week. So I had to work. Um, that's what I had to do. So I had to work Monday through Friday, and uh, I did the weekend classes. So um, they tell you, well, they didn't tell me this. Well, actually, they did tell me this, but I didn't. I forgot what happened. I think I failed. They tell you to get your learners before you come to class because once you get to once you start first day you can get on a truck. Well, with me, I didn't get my learners till like I want to say like third the third the third week. Simply because I failed my test like 2 times. And then, of course, if you fail the test 2 times, third time, don't quote me on that. I think it's the third time, or it's either you take the test twice, and the third time you have to. Uh, I forgot what it is, but anyways, uh, you had to. But anyway, they didn't tell me that I couldn't get there was a better way of doing it and get your learns until I felt it like the second time. Yeah, so there's an app. There's an app y'all want to download if you're trying to get your Class A CDL and you're trying to get your learners, because you got to take the once you get your learners, you got to go to DMV and you got to take the written portion of the test, which means like when you get your regular license, you got to get your combination. You got to take the combination test, your air brakes test, and then it's general knowledge. Well, general knowledge, you take the general knowledge first, and then you got combination air brakes. Now, you don't have to take all those at the same time. Okay, you can split it up, or you can take it all at the same time. It's up to you. But like I said, you will want to download the CD. It's called CDL Prep. CDL Prep. It's an app. This app has all the answers to all the portions of the tests. Now, only thing you have to do is remember the answers. It's not that hard. It's not as hard as you think it is. Remember, all you gotta do is remember the answers. You can even, what I did was I went to DMV. I did it for a couple of days. You can take a practice, a test, or whatever. I did that until I got like I want to say like a 95% it up. And once I kept getting the 95% up, then I was like, okay, I'm ready to take the test, the actual test. And I went, and I actually, when I was, when you go to DMV, you got to get your number and wait in line and all that. I was still doing the test, and just, keep my memory fresh. But that's what I did. The CDL, the app is called CDL Prep. Make sure y'all go download that app. That app definitely helped me get my learners. So, like I was saying, before you, once you finish all that and you get your learners, you want to be the first person to get on the truck when you start class. Now, if you don't, you'll be stuck in the class doing a whole bunch of paperwork and stuff like that. And the main goal is learning how to drive this truck, because a lot of people are scared to drive this truck, and if you're scared to drive this truck, you won't be successful in driving the truck. You won't be able to complete all the tests and stuff. You can't be scared to drive this truck. And that's what they teach you. And so you do a lot of paperwork. The three things you gotta learn how to do is what is it? Straight backing. What is it called? Straight back. Then you got an offsets from the passenger side and an offset from the driver side. And then you got parallel park. You got parallel to park the truck. Yeah, it sounds crazy because you would never parallel park unless they told me, because I asked this question like, where do you parallel park a truck at? They said Florida. I don't know how true that is. I still haven't seen it, but that's what they said. I have not, till this day, parallel park a truck. And I've been driving for a little over a year and a half. But, those are three main things you have to pass when taking the actual test to get your CDL. And once you do that, well, here in Virginia, I know if you fail, now see, I passed the first time. Now, if you fail, I think it's like 3 times. Don't quote me on this. Either you got to take the class over and pay a fee. I think that's what it is. Or I think you got to take like 40 hours or something like that. 40 hours and then pay a fee or something like that. That's like the third time. I think the second time you just pay. If you fail the first time, you just pay a fee. You fail the first and second time, you pay a fee, and you have to take 40 hours of the class over here, something like that. Don't quote me on it. Like I said, that's the route I did. I went to a actual trucking school. Now there is another way. You can go. I mean, back to the actual me going to actual school. It was like what was it? You pay like, I think it's like $500 down, and it's basically kind of like you make payments on it. And I wasn't. I got my actual certificate, and I wasn't. You know, another thing was that I wanted to go local, and I wanted to be on a contract with an actual company. I wanted to be able to go where I wanted to go. So there's another way. Like I said, there's another way you can do it for people that don't have the money. You can go to an actual company that has a school. They will pay for they'll pay for they'll pay for you to get your CDL, and help you get your CDL, and you will be driving for their company once you finish and once you complete everything that's needed to complete. But they also, it's called a reimbursement, so you wouldn't have to pay that $5,000, $6,000 fee like me. But most of the time, you're on a contract, and you're getting. I seen, hey, if we train you do this, you sign on with the company. I think it's about most of those companies like a year, and you're stuck with that company for a year. Now you can leave the company, but you will be stuck with a bill, and that bill, will have interest on it, and it will be a crazy bill, you know. So you got to think about that. You got to figure out what you want to do. You want to be home. You want to be, well, scratch that. You got to figure out what you got to figure out. You got to figure out. Do you want to go that route, or you want to go the route that I just explained, the route I took, you know, where I was able to go where I wanted to go, and that's the route I took. Now, as far as me going local, I kind of got blessed because they have actual companies and carriers that come to your school and they talk to you, and you know, and a local carrier came in and blah 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 and told me what it was, and after he left and did that, I pulled him to the side and told him what I need to do, and what I need to do to be local, and I stayed on him. You know, I stayed on him like at least once or twice a week. See if I can get that local position, and I got the position. And I think I said it in my other videos. You know, I started off with Coca-Cola. It's tough work. It is definitely tough work. Definitely will work, and but I knew that, so I knew what I had to do to get the experience. You know, I had to get. Trucking is all about experience. Got to get experience. You know, so that's what I did, and I went to Coca-Cola, and I did that Coca-Cola for a year, and I moved on. But usually local companies is like beverage, maybe food, some food jobs will take you, but it's majority like beverage, like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, beer companies, you know, stuff like that, and you're touching the freight, and you're taking these their product inside stores and all that with a lift gate. So yeah, that's basically what I did, you know, and that's the route I took. Like I said, there's another way you can do it. If you want to go over the road, you know, a lot of these companies got contracts. You gotta, you know, I didn't want to do all that, you know. They got contracts, and you're not able to go where you want to go. And if you break the contract, you're stuck with this bill. And it's like, ugh. Now, that's basically how the whole getting your Class A works, and that's just how that's just what it is, you know. You also want to make sure when you start your classes, you want to make sure you're jumping on these trucks and learning how to drive these trucks, like especially for somebody that never drove a stick. Like, it's kind of like, it took me a while to learn how to drive a stick. I had no clue. I never drove a stick a day in my life, you know, and it took me a while, but I started getting it because it's hard because you gotta learn how to downshift. Once you start doing it, learn how to shift, then they teach you how to downshift, and it's kind of confusing sometimes. But once you get it, you'll get it. You'll see what I'm saying once you start doing it. It's like It's just weird. So make sure you jump on these trucks because there's a lot of people when you go. Well, there's a lot of people when I was in. I'm gonna tell you another thing. It was a lot of people when I was in trucking school. Like it was like 30 people, and it was like three of us that only passed the first time. And the reason why is because we was the only three people actually learning how to do this stuff. Like we was always on the trucks, learning how to drive. We were in the back laughing and giggling and all that. There's a lot of people who are doing that. And another thing is a pre-trip. You gotta know the pre-trip. You don't pass the pre-trip. I forgot to tell you about it. You gotta pass the pre-trip. You can't pass the pre-trip. You will not be able to do the backing. You will not be able to do the offsets. You will not do the parallel parking. You don't. The pre-trip is the first thing you gotta do. You gotta learn the engine. You gotta learn the engine, whether it's international or what the way they did with us was, I believe it was an international or international. It was international or Volvo. I think that's what we had. And the only difference is uh, the transmission on the other side. I believe that's what it was. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, you got to learn the engine. You got to say, and you got to learn. You got to point it out and all that stuff. You know, pre-trip is very important because you do it every morning. You do it every day. Pre-trips and post-trips. So you'll get into more of that once you get there and learning all that stuff. But it's it's good information. It's good stuff to learn. And you will use it throughout your trucking career. And I believe that's really it as far as attaining your Class A CDL. I don't know too much about the Class B and the passenger. All I know about Class B, you don't have to do the 200. I think it's 260 hours or 250 hours. You don't have to do 250 hours. I think you only have to do like 40 hours. 40 hours, I believe, and you're out. You're done. Because Class B operators, they don't have to deal with. It's not semi. It's a straight truck. They do got air brakes. They don't have combination. You just got to do air brakes, and I believe that's it. As far as I know, like don't quote me. I don't have I don't do Class B. I don't know. I said, well, why not just get a Class A? And if you get a Class A, you can drive a Class B truck. Just get the whole package. Might as well. I mean, you're paying about $5,000. Class B is paying about $3,500. Might as well. I mean, that's just. I mean, to be honest, that's just my opinion. Best thing to go. I mean, like I said, you don't have to have a class. You don't have to. You get a Class A. You don't have to technically drive. You don't have to necessarily drive tractor trailer. You can just drive dump trucks or whatever. Whatever you want to do, that's what you want to do. I mean, I believe that is how to get your Class A CDL. And a lot of people, I got a lot of people ask me how to do it, what's the best way to go. It kind of depends on what you want to do. You don't have the money, and you want to go where you want to go. That's the way I did. If you don't got the money, then you're gonna have to. You want to be you don't have the money. The best way to go is sign on with a company and sign that contract. And go that route. Just thug it out with a company till the contract ends, and you can go where you want to go. And you'll get your experience. You'll get your experience definitely. But that is the way. That is the way to get your Class A CDL. And like I said, if y'all have any questions and anything, just hit me up, man. I'll help you the best way I can. And make sure y'all subscribing to my channel, man. I got a lot of information I want to drop, about anything. I got a lot of information that I do want to drop, and I got a lot of stuff coming up. A lot of stuff coming up in the future, and make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, like, You can also hit me up in my email, which is Calvin T0188 at gmail.com. You can hit me up on that. Um, and like I said, subscribe to my channel. I got a lot of videos coming up, and I'm just out here to help. Anybody that's trying to get into trucking, um, you know, and that's just what it is. Um, Stay humble, be patient, man. And I'll holler at y'all later.